Good morning, friends. This is Lisa with A Widow's Treasure, and I was wanting to share. I was reading through from a devotional, and it was so good. I'm like, okay, I got to stop and do this real fast because this is, of course, there's tons of them that are so good, but I just need to share this with you. But first, let me just show you. Here it is. I have during the summer. This is my grandfather's hope chest in this gorgeous. Yep, there it is. And actually, I had two of them from him. But anyway, one is at my son's because I don't have enough room once I moved up here. But here we are. In the winter, I have a sheepskin that's now on my chair here because I don't need it. And it looks pretty cool on this. But then in this winter, I put the sheepskin on the chair. So this is pretty fun. I learned that from my daughter. So here's the Lindsay plaid because on my mother's side, we're Scottish, my grandfather. And then, so I like Lindsay plaid. I've sort of collected it through the years. Actually, I like any plaid. And there's Esther's toys. She loves her lamb chop. And then Esther, you want to say hi? She's sleeping. Okay. Okay, she's out. And then that cute little, it's just a feather, it's a twin feather comforter from Goodwill. And I have dragged that thing around and used it for her. That's been wonderful. And then this chair set, well, chair and ottoman, that was actually from my parents' house in the farmhouse up in Indiana before they moved down here. Oh, brings back memories. Somehow, since I've moved from my old house to this house and I've sorted through things, I've kept a lot of family things that are so precious to me. So, and then I've got the sheepskin, which is from my mother's house that she gave to me right before she just got too sick and I was moving up here. And boy, does that make a difference. Like I said, and this is just a fun, it's not cashmere, but it sort of feels like cashmere. You just feel good. You just feel, it's just so cozy and warm. Okay, so let me read what I'm going to read to you today. And again, I'm going through, in this, I'm finishing up my Charles Spurgeon morning by morning. And then I'm going through this, happens to be Charles Spurgeon, Beside Still Waters. This was powerful when I first lost Don. I learned about this particular book when I was doing Grief Share, and it's just been powerful. And so I've actually now read it I'm reading it now the third time, and it's good, but it's great, but before it was just amazing. But it's just so good. I'm talking nonsense. I was just so desperate before with the fresh loss of Don that I was just inhaling anything that could help. Now I am really fine, but I love to read, and then this came to me. I thought, I'm going to reread this and just enjoy these words of comfort for the soul, and so I am. And so I want to share this one to you, which has been precious. But first, here we go with. If you didn't hear this before, because I talked about it earlier in an earlier video, Life Principles to Live by Charles Stanley. It's a bookmark that's got, on both sides, wonderful principles. And then let me just show you. Here it is, In Touch Ministries. And they actually gave them to me. I asked 2 or 3 times and got several of them because I was handing them out at Grief Share when I was facilitating and all. So anyway, if you're interested, real wonderful. I won't go through it now, but there's that. Okay, so let me read this to you. We will not fear. And I shouldn't let you, I've got notes all here. Oh, sorry. I have notes that I write things about special days and stuff that I'm not really trying to share with you, but okay, we will not fear. Psalm 46:2. The very hairs of your head are all numbered. Matthew 10:30. This verse literally means what it says. God's wisdom and knowledge are so great that he even knows the number of the hairs on your head. His providence descends to the minute dust particles in a summer storm. He numbers the gnats in the sunshine and the fish in the sea. He controls the massive planets that shine in the heavens, and he deals with the teardrops that trickle down from your eyes. He who supports the dignity of his throne in the splendor of heaven maintains it in the depths of the dark sea. There is nothing above, under, or around you that is not determined by his counsel and will. I am not a fatalist, but I strictly hold to the doctrine that God has decreed all things that come to pass, and that he rules over all things for his glory and good. What have we to fear? The unbeliever looks at the lightning and is apprehensive, but the Christian believes that it follows a predestined path, and he contemplates it with confidence. At sea, when the waves dash against the ship and toss it to and fro, some panic because they think that this is all by chance, that this is all chance. But believers see order in the waves. They hear music in the wind and are at peace because the tempest is in God's hand. Why then should we fear? In all this world's convulsions, in all temporary distress and danger, we remain calm, controlled, and boldly say with confidence, I know God is here, and all this is working for my good. Romans 8:28. Therefore we will not fear, even though the earth be moved, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though its waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling. Psalm 46:2. Think on these things. Now, I don't know about you, but that comforts me like big time. And this is the kind of stuff I try to focus on so that I can fill my mind, my heart, my soul with the confidence of the providence of God, so that I can less fear and more believe. And God has been so faithful, and I see through these years of going, reading books like this, reading scripture, just taking my thoughts captive, replenishing and restoring and filling my mind, that it's been wonderfully, powerfully beneficial. So there you go. I pray that this does something for you, that there'd be one little thing that might just help you as you deal with this life. And remember, it's not just about now. There's a higher story. These are the different things I read that I just remember and go over daily, weekly, and then I can remember them to help keep my perspective and my balance. All right, dear sisters, blessings to you. Hang in there. The Lord is faithful.